What's up, guys? Eric here with normally Team Eccentric, but now I'm going to be on Kuna My Dada's channel, which is a big opportunity for me. I got 6th place at the Rochester, New York Regional with Mermail Atlanteans. Before I go into the deck profile, I just wanted to I'll give a few shout outs. So number one, I wanted to shout out Team Eccentric, all my friends on my team. So we got TJ, Austin, Vic, Jake, all the people who I play Yu-Gi-Oh with and constantly test with. They really kind of prepared me for this regional, and that was really sick. And I also wanted to shout out Belligerent Lifestyle Apparel. So I am also a professional skateboarder outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, and that said, I skate for a brand called Belligerent Lifestyle Apparel, based out of North Carolina. So if you guys like the clothes, like the hat, anything like that, you guys can go to the website, getbelligerent.com, or you can go to their Instagram, getbelligerent, no spaces, no uppercase letters, anything, getbelligerent, and you can get some product. So without further ado, let's get into the profile. So we're going to start off with the main deck. So obviously we got triple Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince. This card is nuts. Obviously this is like one of the best normal summons in the game. It sends an Atlantean from the deck to the grave for cost to add an Atlantean, which gets you all your advantage. Then we have triple Atlantean Dragoons. This card, when it's sent to the grave for cost for a Water Monster's effect, gets you to search for a Sea Serpent, which allows you to cycle through your deck very quickly. Then we have triple Abyss Rhine, the Atlantean Spirit. This card allows you to tribute a Mermail or Atlantean on your field or in your hand, and you can special summon one level 7 fish, aqua, or sea serpent from your deck, or you can add it to your hand, which gives you a lot of versatility. If you already have Coelacanth in your hand, you can search for Teus. You can search for Poseidra if you're going second. Just gives you a lot of versatility. Then we have triple Mermail Abyss Teus. Mermail Abyss Teus is one of the older cards. What it allows you to do is send one water monster from your deck or from your hand to the grave for cost, and then you can special summon it, and then once it hits the field on a following chain, you can search for a level 4 lower Mermail. One of the older cards in the deck. And then we have triple Mermail with this Pike. This is your less good, but still relatively decent normal summon. So when it's summoned, normal or special, you can send one water monster from your hand to the grave for cost, and then search for a level 3 water, which gets you to your Rhines, gets you to your Minstrel, gets you to your Mermail Shadow Squads. So Mermail Shadow Squad, what it does is when it's sent to the graveyard for cost for a Water Monster's effect, allows you to special summon a level 4 or lower Mermail or Atlantean from your deck. So given you don't draw away to, if you don't draw Neptibus, you can get to Neptibus very easily. Then we play 2 Poseidra, the Stormy Atlantean. So Poseidra is your going second tool. You can send one water monster from your field or hand to the graveyard for cost, special summon this, and then on a following chain, send one Mermail or Atlantean from your deck to the grave for cost, and then target a card on your opponent's field and bounce it. In theory, it has the capability of clearing 2 cards by sending heavy infantry, which really did come up a lot in this regional. So then from there, I'll clear up the Mermail and Atlantean engines. Then for the rest of the waters, we play 1 Mulling Glacier, the Elemental Lord. So this card, you need exactly 5 water monsters in your grave, and then you can special summon this and then rip 2 random cards from your opponent's hand. And that really, if you resolve this, you're probably going to win, because by then you've already activated Minstrel, so that way you know what your opponent has. So you just try and rip whatever cards will hinder you or help them the most. So then we have Super Ancient Deep Sea King Coelacanth. This card is basically the win condition of the deck at this point. So Coelacanth, you send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, and you can special summon as many fish to your field as you can fit. And it just allows you to really extend your combo super far. Then we have 1 Barrier Statue with the Torrent. This card, absolutely nutty. Just summon this from your deck, and then your opponent can't do anything. Then we play 1 Deep Sea Minstrel in the main. So I do side the other 2 Deep Sea Minstrels, but Minstrel going first as your first action, nuts. It allows you to send 1 water monster as well as itself from your hand to the grave for cost, and then you can look at your opponent's hand and banish 1, which is crazy because that means you get the knowledge, which can be absolutely game-ending. Then we play 1 Gluttonous Reptolfin Grethus. This card is just your other fish target that you summon off the Coelacanth. It allows you to extend because it has the effect that based on how many cards are in your opponent's hand, you can target a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster in your grave with a level less than or equal to that, and then special summon it. Also, it can chain block because you can increase a synchro monster's level that you summon with this by or a synchro monster's attack by the amount of cards in your opponent's hand times 200. Then, last but not least, for the monsters in the engine, we play 1 Atlantean Heavy Infantry. When this card is sent to the grave for Water Monsters effect, you can target 1 face-up card on your opponent's field and destroy it, which, like I said with Poseidra, can be very, very game-ending as well, because you just clear a bunch of cards very quickly. So that's it for the monsters in the main, besides the hand traps. For the 2, we play 2 spell cards. 1, Abyss Triana. This is basically a premature burial that also protects the monster that it's equipped to if it were to be destroyed by battle or card effect, as well as you can banish this from the grave and target up to 3 fish, aqua, sea serpents that are banished or engraved, and then shuffle them back into the deck. Then we play 1 Prosp. Prosp is just a consistency card. Just being able to get to your Neptibus is very important in this deck. I mean, he is the key component of the deck. So then from there, for hand traps, this is the non-engine. We have triple Pholos, triple Prulio, triple Ash Blossom, triple Impulse, and triple Imperm. So all of these were really, really strong the entire regional through. Every time I resolved any of these, obviously you have to time your hand traps properly, but if you do that, like you're going to probably put yourself in a really good position. But given that Yummy was probably the most prevalent deck in the room at that time, I feel as if the Fuas were probably the best, and also Impulses were best during my turn, like when my opponent passed to me. I would just Impulse whatever they would try to quick synchro with Snatchy, which came up quite a bit. So now we'll do the extra deck.
How many were in the main?
43 cards in main. So I play 43 because you need a good healthy amount of non-engine, but at the same time, you also do play some bricks. With 3 fists, with the barrier statue is, still a decent normal summon, but it's still kind of a brick. It doesn't get your engine rolling. But that said, 43 also allows you to offset those bricks, so you don't draw into them as much. So now with the extra deck, we're doing 1 Mermail King Neptibus. This card, basically, every water this card points to can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Also, while it's on the field, if a water monster is sent to the graveyard to activate an effect, you can either add or equip 1 Abyss Equip spell, which will come up in the side deck later as well, but it also helps with the Abyss Triana. So it allows you to extend, it allows you to set up a card that can negate Super Poly. Card is nuts. Then we have 1 Mermail Visletia. This is just when you have to end on the half board because your opponent Fuas you or your opponent Perulias you. This card allows you to do that, as well as it is a disruption in the sense that you can send 1 water monster from your hand to the grave and then search a Mermail during your opponent's turn. Also, if it's destroyed, it does have the ability to send a water monster from deck to grave for cost, target a water monster in your grave, special summon it in defense position, which can come up if you have barrier statue. We have 1 Abyss Keeper. This card didn't come up the entire tournament, so it was just a Prosp banish, but it allows you to summon the Coelacanth from your hand. Then we have 1 Marincess Coral Anemone. Coral Anemone is just a monster reborn for combo. You definitely need it. It's definitely necessary in order to go through your combo lines properly. So that's it for the links. Xyz monsters, I played 2 Poseidra Abyss, the Atlantean Dragon Lord. Originally I played 1 of this, but I figured it's one of the strongest cards in the deck, so why not bump it up to 2? Plus, it allows you to banish it for Prosp target, as well as if your opponent's playing Kashtira, and for some odd reason, if they have the Unicorn and they decide to banish this, you have another copy. So that's the reason why I played 2. 1 Abyss Trite, the Atlantean Spirit. This is another Reborn. There's a lot of Reborn effects in this deck now. So this Trite allows you to unsummon target 1 level 7 fish, aqua, or sea serpent, or lower, and special summon it to your field. And also, all water monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense for each material attached to this. Then we have 1 Mermail Viscaios. Mermail Viscaios is a walking skill drain. So it has the quick effect that it can detach a material from itself and then negate all monsters on your opponent's field at that point whose attack points are lower than it. And also, if it has material, level 5 or higher monsters can't attack, which can come up. Then we have 1 Snowdust Giant. So Snowdust Giant just allows you to go through your combos really fluidly. It allows you to detach the Dragoons, which you need in order to resolve it. And then you can get more searches and link climb with this. It's a sad replacement for Bahamut Shark, but it's a replacement for Bahamut Shark nonetheless. Then we have one Virtue Dragon. Virtue Dragon just allows you to, if you get rolled, you can add cards back to your hand, which can come up, so that way you can continue your combos, because your combo does require you to discard a lot, and that's something that you kind of want to recur advantage for, as well as the fact that you just add back the Dragoons, which allows you more searches if you don't get rolled. So that's it for the Xyz monsters. And then for the Synchros, we play one Ice Jade Gaimir Ezrein. Originally I was playing the Swordsfall Changing, but honestly I feel like Gaimir allows you to play through board breakers a lot better. Also, if your opponent has any kind of grave effects, or any effects on field that like you want banished, like if you respond to one of your opponent's card effects with this, it banishes all copies of that card from field or grave. So basically, if your opponent, basically this card has a quick effect that while it's on the field, you activate its effect, and then all face-up monsters you control cannot be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effects. So, and it's a quick effect, so if you respond to your opponent's card effects, it banishes whatever card it's responding to, which can come up. Then we play one Trishula. Trishula is just a hand loop card. It just allows you to loop away any kind of board breakers your opponent would be playing, as well as get you more fodder for Deep Sea Minstrel. So that way, if you give your opponent back a hand trap that could hinder you later, you could just banish something else and then shuffle the other card back into your opponent's deck with Minstrel's Grave effect. We have one Adamantipated Arisen Dragite. This is just a spell Trap Negate. It's another end board piece. One Deep Sea Prima Donna. So Prima Donna allows you to take one of your opponent's banished cards, put it back in their hand, and then summon a level 4 or lower water monster from deck, or add it to your hand. So this is how you get the barrier statue on the field, which Coelacanth is very imperative for. And also, like I said, if it goes to grave, you can shuffle a banished card back from either player's banished zone back into the deck. And then last but not least for the extra deck is one White Aura Monoceros. Monoceros is just an extension piece. It allows you to make rank 7s. It could make this. It's just one of those things, but it also has the effect that when it's summoned, you can target a fish in your grave and reborn it, which can come up. So that's it for the extra deck. And then for the most important part, the side deck. I feel like side decking is probably the most important part of the game right now. If you don't have good non-engine, you're gonna have a rough time. So I think having the correct cards in your side deck is just imperative. And it's funny that I say that because ironically enough, going through my side deck, you'll see 3 cards in particular that I wasn't really fond of while the tournament was going on. Triple Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. This card honestly didn't do as much as I wanted it to do. I figured this was a good choice against Yummy, but it really wasn't. It really didn't do nearly enough. Once they put the Herald on the board, your deck doesn't really do much. So Phantasme just doesn't do anything in my opinion. I think if you're going to play against Yummy, you're going to want board breakers like Raigekis or evenly matched. Then we played Triple Ghost Spell. This card was goated the entire tournament. This came in literally, I think 7 out of 8 of my rounds. 9 out of 10 times, this card was just really good. Then we have Triple Droll. Droll was still relevant, but not as relevant as it has been in past formats. But it's still a necessary side deck piece, I think. And then for the going first cards, I sided 2 Deep Sea Minstrel, just to optimize going first in games 3. If you know you're going first, you just optimize hand looping and trying to rip away hand traps. One Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi. So this was the card that negates Super Poly, but Super Poly never came up against me. But there were moments where somebody would try to talents or thrust or activate one of their engine spells, and this card would stop it. And then I would use the Mermail Kingdomed Abyss during my turn to re-equip it, which is kind of nuts because you get 2 spell negates, 1 Call by the Grave. So this is my going first siding pattern. And then last but not least, 2 Dominus Spirals. These cards were okay. I think it came up once in the entire tournament, and it did manage to win me a game, but honestly, the card is mid. It's all right. But yeah, so that's the deck. I got 6th place at that regional, and the deck played rather well, especially into Draco Tail and Mitsu Yummy. Like, those 2 decks just don't. I think if you know how to play Mermail Atlanteans, those decks just don't stand a chance. Whereas Pure Yummy is a lot harder of a matchup because they just have straight engine. And even if they don't, their level 1 hand traps just can count as engine. In effect, they're just engine pieces, which not every deck has. So, But that's how well I did. And yeah, so Eric here with Team Eccentric, well, Hakuna Matata, and signing out.